Good morning, happy Friday. I am doing things a little bit out of order today. Clearly I've already showered and washed my hair, but I like woke up feeling like I need to do that. If you watched yesterday's vlog, I was like complaining about my hair being gross. So I just like, that was the first thing I felt like I needed to do this morning when I woke up. And then I spent the morning just relaxing and taking it easy and hanging out with Sam. He is headed to Vegas for the weekend for a conference. So I just wanted to spend the morning hanging out with him since I wasn't gonna see him all weekend. So we just kind of took it easy. He finished packing and we hung out, and now he is off to the airport so I can actually get my day started. It is almost 10 o'clock and I'm trying to decide. Also, yes, my lip is super chapped and that's what that dark spot is. Please don't look at it. I'm trying to decide. The World Cup quarterfinals are on today and a match starts at 10. And I want to watch, but I don't want to like just only watch. I mean, I do enjoy watching soccer, and for like my teams, I will set aside time when it's in the middle of the day to like actually watch the match, and like the finals, but the finals aren't on a weekend, so I'll watch that match, although it's at like 10 a.m. on a weekend. Anyways, so I want to have it on today. Like I want to have the matches on, but I'm not tomorrow for the England one. That's a different story, friends. But for the one today, I am debating. I have a second monitor in my office, and I'm debating whether I put it up on the second monitor here and enjoy this nice, beautiful natural light. Like I don't even have the actual light on in this office. I have the lamp on. It's on like an auto timer, but I don't have like the big light on. It's just beautiful and bright in here. And so even though I do love the living room and having it on the big TV and then having the Christmas tree, like I feel like, well, I have some natural light today, especially since I'm not planning to leave the house for anything. I guess I'm gonna have to go pick up my December daily picture, but I'm not planning to actually leave the house. I think for now, I'm gonna put the match up on my second monitor and then do like work on my actual computer. Okay, so I haven't done a whole lot. Let me mute that so you don't have to listen to it. I've been sitting here just kind of watching the match. But because I realized like soccer is one of those games, like when I work and watch football, especially when it's not my team, like there's so much downtime. There's so much downtime where they aren't doing anything and I can, oh, no. I can get something done and then turn back, you know, and watch the one play and then look down and whatever. Soccer is one of those sports that you kind of have to watch the whole thing. You're probably gonna miss something. But one of the things I've learned is the voices of the announcers obviously change when something exciting potentially might happen. So that's kind of like when I'm looking down and doing something, like if their voice starts to get like excited like this, like then I'll look up and see what's going on. Plus again, I don't necessarily, I mean, Croatia, Brazil, like, and they will replay anything exciting, right? If Neymar scores a goal, I will be able to look up and watch the replay. All right, I'm gonna step away from the match for 1 second to get today planned out. Of course, there's a hair in the shot, and it's the time of day that there's a massive line in the middle of my desk, but that is, that's where we're at today. So it is, like I said, Friday. I'm gonna do another day on a notepad as opposed to a planner because I actually don't have anything time sensitive today. Like I mentioned in yesterday's vlog, my plans for tonight got canceled. And because Sam is out of town, like I'm home alone. I got the place to myself, which I'm excited about. Also, if anybody is concerned about me, this is one of the reasons why vlogs in real time can be somewhat scary. By the time this vlog goes live, I will be out of the apartment doing something social, and Sam will be home by the time I get home. So no worries about my safety. I definitely thought that through before I announced that Sam was out of town. It's a very quick trip. He's gone just the weekend. He's home on Sunday. And by the time this video goes live on Sunday, I will be out of the house. So today, first thing, I'm gonna click through my AM routine. Yes, I have already done pieces of it, but I wanna click through it again because I know there's some habits that I haven't done, and I wanna check and make sure that I feel good about that. And then obviously December daily, it's not gonna happen right away, but this I'm just gonna put like the things that kind of have to get done at the top. I haven't even sent my pictures in for December daily. And then planning out, well, actually let me rearrange this. So one of the things I wanna do is I wanna do a little bit more breakdown of the list I made the other day, like the list of things I need to do. I made the list, I put them in my calendar, I started making progress, it was feeling good, but I think that there are still some pieces of that feel overwhelming to me because I haven't broken it down enough. So I want to go back to that list, take off the things that I've already done, which I have a love-hate relationship with that because part of me wants to make the list feel smaller so I don't feel quite as overwhelmed, but at the same time, then I forget all the things that I've done in the last 2 days, which I have done a lot and checked off a lot of things. But anyways, I'm gonna redo the list and break things down a little bit further, and then I need to plan next week, which I'm gonna do once I have broken that list down. I cannot decide what that looks like. Like if I'm gonna put it on my hourly, weekly planner, or if I'm gonna plan it in a different way. I'm still thinking about that. And then my communication routine, I want to get to that at some point today and stay on top of some of those things. I think that that's it. I know that's a really short list in terms of like things I actually have to get done. And then I'm just going to like literally work on list. Like this list that I broke down, which actually, see, I may not plan the weeks or at least the to-dos around the calls. That's probably what I'm going to do. I'm going to plan next week with the time sensitive, like the things that are timed. And then the things that were on this list or are on this list, I'm not going to put those into next week because I don't know what I'm going to get done on that list, you know, today, tomorrow, and Sunday. But that's going to be the rest of the day, as I'm just going to chug through those things, enjoy some soccer, probably some Christmas movies. Okay, I'm glad I haven't moved the camera because I already thought of 2 more things that I want to add. The Patreon session for tomorrow is in very good shape, but I want to go through it one more time because I want to be able, okay, actually there's multiple things that I'm thinking about. So I want to be able to do tomorrow's December daily before the Patreon goal setting session. And that will make more sense when you see tomorrow's plan, which is chaos. And so I don't know how much time, and there's a 10 a.m. World Cup match. So I don't know how much time that I would love to watch the first half. I've started that sentence 4 times now. And so I don't know how much time I'm going to have in the morning to review the session. So I want to do that today. December daily. I want to, if possible, send today's photo with when I send in yesterday's, which I'm going to do soon in my AM routine, so that I can go ahead and have it all ready to go so I can do it tomorrow before the session. There's nothing that's happening today that I want to document. And we got our first Christmas card yesterday in the mail. So I think that's what I want to do tomorrow's or today's. I know it's confusing. All the days, like what day I'm sending in the picture for, what day I'm working on, what day of the vlog this is, and like what day the video goes live are all different days. And so it just gets very confusing. Actually, why don't I just do both today? Like I did that last week, whatever day that was. I think Saturday I did both and then I plopped it into the right vlog. So I should go ahead and do that. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna do both. And then I think I am gonna try and film my PM routine tonight. This is the perfect night to do it because with Sam not being here and me being in control, I'm definitely going to try and do my PM routine tonight because I'm not going anywhere. And tomorrow is a really busy day, and so it will set me up for success. So this feels like a good night to incorporate that and a good video for that to be a part of. All right, finished up my morning routine. Was working on breaking down my list, but it is now halftime of the soccer match. So I'm going to open up, I think we're on day 6 of this one. I mean, again, I'm going all over the place on these 2. Yeah, this is, oh, spiced apple. Oh my gosh. I mean, this definitely smells more like fall than winter, but it smells so, I'm going to light that like basically immediately. Okay. Socks. I think we're on day the 7. I think I've gotten all these ones up here. Let's see. Yeah. And there's actually like a little breaking point here in between them so they can't fall all the way down. They can fall a little bit of the way down, but not all the way down. Okay. Another one of Oogie's kids. Again, lock, shock, and barrel. I can't remember which one is which. Okay. We have another gray pair in here. It looks like there's some sort of phrase. It is the ho ho oh no. It looks like it's this, this design, but on a gray pair of socks. So those are so cute. I'm excited to put that on. Sam is like, what are you going to do with all these socks at the end? I'm like, you're the one who bought this for me. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's a lot of socks. Okay, so while I'm watching, also, I need to update my countdown board. I've been not good about updating it. Also, I haven't been sitting facing that way as much because I'm like, give me the window, so I've been facing this way so I don't look at it as often. That is not the point of this clip. So while it's halftime, I am watching the Braun family. I've talked about them enough in Vlogmas. I'm watching their vlog from yesterday. So as of this point, they're the only one I'm fully caught up on. Everybody else I talked about, I'm behind at this point, which is fine. Like, that happens. It is very difficult for me to like do all the things I need to do and watch other people's vlogmases. So if you feel that way, like you're getting behind, like I get it, you're not alone. Anyways, in the video, she orders Jimmy John's for lunch, and I was like, man, that sounds so delicious. We do have leftovers in the fridge. We don't have much more than that. I did not place a grocery order this week because I knew Sam was going to be gone this weekend, and I knew I had a dinner with a friend last night, and I have plans tomorrow night, and so I was like, I'm just not going to order groceries until probably Monday of next week. But we do still have some leftovers, but I can't see myself eating leftovers for both lunch and dinner, and I knew that. So I was like, I'm probably gonna eat out, either order, go get something for lunch or dinner today. And I knew that. And I saw this and I was like, oh, that sounds so good. I haven't had Jimmy John's in so long. I had Jimmy John's a lot in college. Like that was, like I got it delivered to the sorority house a lot in college. Also, that's ironic today that this is the shirt that I picked out, or the sweatshirt, because it's so soft. Today is also 10 years ago today, I graduated college. Wow, that's bananas to me. Anyway, they don't have a Jimmy John's in New York, which shouldn't surprise me. Like, I mean, they may be upstate, but like when I put in my address, well, there's one in Brooklyn. There's none in Manhattan, but the Brooklyn one doesn't deliver to me. So that's the closest one when I put it in. And then the next one's Jersey City, which makes sense because there are plenty of other delicious sandwich places. But now that's what I'm craving, is a sandwich. So as soon as I get the text message from CVS, by the way, that is where I have been sending my photos because they have a coupon code right now for 50% off photo printing. So I've been going to CVS instead of Walgreens or Duane Reade, which is our Duane Reade is the New York City drugstore brand. They are everywhere. They were bought out by Walgreens, so it's all one and the same. Some of the Duane Reades have converted to Walgreens, and some of them have stayed Duane Reades with like a W on them. Anyways, I will probably always refer to it as Duane Reade, but anyways, I've been going to CVS because they have a code. So as soon as I get the text message from them that my photos are ready to be picked up, I'm probably gonna go get my photos and then go to the Bodega Deli by us and get a delicious sandwich. All right, the lighting is still kind of weird in here, but I'm ready to get next week all set up. I got my list all broken down. This time I did it basically just in a Word doc. It's bullets with like sub-bullets and sub-bullets of that. Still broken up by all those same categories, although I don't have social on that actual to-do list because that's what's gonna be captured here. So like I said, I decided that's exactly what I'm gonna do. And I actually cleared out all of the stuff on my Google Cal, right? A couple days ago when I was feeling overwhelmed, part of it was not feeling like I had time to get all those things done. So I took all the things and I mapped them all out in my Google Cal until the day we were leaving for Chicago to go home for Christmas. And it felt good to do that because then I knew everything was accounted for in the calendar. But then when I look at my Google Cal, it just looked kind of scary, I'm gonna be honest. So I took out everything that wasn't like an appointment, and it's captured on that to-do list. And if you feel like that means I'm going backwards, I'm not. I promise it works for my brain. So now I'm gonna set up next week with just the things that are timed. So we're gonna start with my AM routine, which is still, you know, shrunk down to its hour and a half, which I'm gonna keep it that way. And then I'm also gonna go ahead and write prep video, which really is only 7:30 to 8. And not even then, sometimes it depends. If my editor gets it up the day before and I'm still home, like today, she probably will get it up she will get it up at some point today, and I'm not going anywhere tonight. So I guess let me go ahead and write PM routine while we're doing this. I probably will make it a priority to do it tonight so I don't have to worry about it tomorrow morning, especially because tomorrow there's a lot going on. So, but if that doesn't happen and I do it in the morning, especially on weekdays, it's really not that big of a deal to me. So I'm gonna go ahead. I just wrote PM video there. The beauty of making my own one of these, which I am working on getting this available for you. I know a lot of you have asked me about it. There's just some other things behind the scenes that are not ready for. Anyways, I can start over again. Okay, so let's try this again. This is what I get for trying to talk and write at the same time. So AM routine, prep video, and then PM routine are the things that happen every single day. And then I decided to go with this blue this week because Sunday is the first night of Hanukkah, which is exciting. And we have a lot of holiday parties / birthday parties this week. Do my stripe all the way across here. Again, prep video is really only 30 minutes, but it looks like it's taking a full hour. It doesn't take me a full hour. I mean, the longer the video, the longer it takes me to prep. That looks like a mess. You guys, okay, we're gonna start over one more time. Please don't judge me. And I know I've said this before, and I know I have said this before in other videos, but when I am doing something while I'm filming, I am way more likely to mess up. I'm also way more likely to rush. And so sometimes, like especially December Daily, that's why I won't talk while I'm doing it, and I will always like speed it up and do a voiceover, because if I'm trying to talk through it, just for whatever reason, it's just like a mental block. I mean, I've been making videos for 4.5 years. Like, you think at this point I would have figured out a way over that, and I have to some extent, but it's still not perfect. I still tend to rush when I'm on film, especially if I'm talking, and so then I'm more likely to mess up. And given that I'm gonna stare at this all week next week, I don't want it to be as nice as possible, so I'm gonna be quiet. and take my time. I think there may be something just wrong with this marker. I think it's fresh, and so it's like not all smushy as you want it to be. Now that I'm using it though, I don't think this blue is gonna, yeah, it's not really the same blue, but that's okay. Blue is blue. Okay, wow, take 3. So my days are going to look much emptier than they actually will end up being, but I will fill them in on a day-to-day basis. I also want to be more thoughtful about these calls that are not at the half hour, because then I feel like I have to go back and look at my Google Cal, and that just defeats kind of the whole purpose of this. So I've got one at 12:15, one at 1, and one at 2. And then I am gonna, the one to do item that I'm going to put in on this page, actually, I guess I don't need this because I'm not putting any to-dos, like I don't actually need this, but I am gonna put is December daily. And I'm trying to do it basically late enough in the day that if I send the photo in the morning, it's done and I have time to go pick it up, but early enough that I still have daylight, and it's a good break in between calls. So I will do it after that 2 o'clock call, and then I have one more at 4. And then that's it on Monday in terms of scheduled things. It hopefully doesn't surprise you that I don't have anything scheduled in the morning, because I won't schedule my own personal calls, coaching calls, until at least noon. The morning time is my best time. Plus, most people, I feel like, even these people that do like to meet during the day, either like she's over in Europe, so that's why this is her lunch break. You know, there's the flexibility there. I like saving the morning for myself. So first call on Tuesday is also at noon, and then I have one at 1. And then I have on my Google Cal to squeeze my December daily in between this 1 o'clock call, and the co-working starts at 2. I don't actually think that's gonna happen. It could. Let me take that back. If I go pick it up, it could happen before, but I think I'm gonna put it up here, because that just doesn't seem logical. So then we have the co-working, and normally during the Patreon co-working sessions, I am doing my own thing. I'm also co-working, but the 2 next week, I am planning to be present in the chat answering questions about the goal setting sessions and anybody who's catching up on those. So to me, they're actually like actual working hours, not necessarily like I'm working on my own thing, sitting on Zoom with the Patreon community. And then I have a call at 4, and then my other call that I not always have, but most of the time I have with her at 7:30 on Tuesdays. All right, Wednesday, my first call is not until 1. That S looks kind of weird. This is a very smushed down Papermate flare. And then I'm gonna do my December daily right after that. And then I have a call at 3, and then another call, not a coaching call, but a call with somebody else at 4, from 4 to 5. And then the co-working on Wednesday night. We also normally don't do the co-working sessions on the same week. I will do the daytime one week and the evening one another week. But again, the purpose of these co-working sessions is to play catch up on the goal setting sessions. So I wanted them the same week. It's just different time options. You can come to both if you want to come to both, but the purpose is to have me available to answer questions and hold you accountable if you need time to work on the replays. I feel like this video is mostly just me putting down calls, except Thursday I am kicking off the day with analytics. And I could have put use the dot marker, but I didn't. Then I have a call at 12 again, one at 1, and then one at actually 4:40. Is that right? Yeah. So I'm gonna write it here, and then in parentheses put 4:40. And then on Thursday we have our first batch of holiday parties. We actually have 2 on Thursday night. One is for a friend of Sam's from college, and then one is for a company that Sam does a lot of networking with called Artist Strategy, and they are both in Brooklyn. But if you're in or around New York, you know that once you're in an outer borough, sometimes getting within the outer borough can be kind of a pain. But we are trying to hit both on Thursday night, so that is what's happening. And then on Friday, the only thing I really need to do on Friday at some point is December daily. I'm just gonna jot it down at 8. Let's be honest, it's not happening at 8 with those holiday parties, but I don't wanna just like have it floating in the middle of the day by itself. And then Friday night, we have another holiday party. This one is from my dance friend who is hosting. That's what we bought the sweaters for. If you saw that vlog where I opened up our sweaters. So that is Friday night. Saturday, we have the last of the Patreon sessions. So we've got session 3 from 11 to, well, I can't tell where I'm at, 11 to 2, and then I need to get the replay up. That mostly is technology, y'all. I try to get the replay up as quickly as possible, but it takes a certain amount of time for the video to export and then upload, and so That's just, I'm at the mercy of the internet at that point. And then doing December daily after that. And then we have, by we have, I mean, Sam has 2 birthdays on Saturday. I don't actually know either of these people well, so I am not sure if I'm gonna go with him. I told him we'll play it by ear. We'll see how I'm feeling after 2 nights of holiday parties and then the Patreon session on Saturday. Like, if I just need to unwind, I might just need to unwind. And I gave him that heads up. So we'll see. Okay, on Sunday, I need to do December daily, and I want to pack, or at least start packing on Sunday. And then my Cowboys play at 1. We'll see if we end up going anywhere, just watching that at home, but at least gonna put that on the calendar. And that is what next week looks like. All right, I probably should have put on a real jacket. It's like in the sun, I'm really fine. While I'm walking, it'll probably be fine, but it's a little cold. Anyways, the match is going into extra time. I'm probably not gonna be back for my errands before it starts, but I'm hungry. Like, I want to eat, and my photos are ready, and I want to get back with enough daylight, and if there are going to be penalty kicks, I want to be back by then. So I am headed, stop 1, CVS to pick up my photos. All right, I just passed a giant U-Haul, which made me think of this question that I'm about to ask you. And I know I asked it on the live, but I'm gonna ask it again in case you don't watch the lives or you missed that one or whatever. Any tips, recommendations, suggestions for cross-country moving? I've only, like, when I moved to New York, I was able to fit everything in a minivan because I didn't have any furniture. I ordered all my furniture delivered to New York. It was just me. I had some clothes and like some stuff, but it was enough that like my mom and I loaded up the back of a minivan, rented a minivan, loaded it up, and drove here. And it's not going to be the case. We are going to have to rent a car and drive because Charlie's actually never flown, so I'm not sure how she would do, but I know she does great in the car. So we're definitely driving ourselves and her, but all of our stuff, and I think I said this in this live, but if I didn't, we are only moving furniture-wise, the TV, and the Peloton. Everything else is staying, or like selling, or donating. Like, we're not taking any of our furniture. None of it's worth paying to move across country. So what we have is the Peloton, TV, and a bunch of boxes of our stuff. What is the best option for us? That's probably also something else that's stressing me out, but that's a January Laken problem. I'm not dealing with that this month, but like, you know, it's there in the back of my head. Y'all, well, I'm gonna miss more of this extra time than I thought. Still hoping to make it home before PKs if we get there. I sent it to the other CVS because it auto defaults because of my zip code. I guess maybe I don't have my address in there, I only have my zip code. So it defaults to this other CVS that's in the same zip code as me, but technically it's not the closest to my actual address because I'm on the very edge of the zip code. So now I'm walking. It's literally only 5 blocks. Like, it's not that far. I'm being dramatic, but it's like I wanted to get home and watch the end of this match. If somebody scores while I'm gone, I'm gonna be mad. All right, I love technology sometimes. I got the matchup on my phone.
Well, we said not to count them out.
Y'all, I just got home. I literally, I'm gonna mute that, as I was walking up the stairs, Croatia scored to tie it up. So Neymar scored while I was out walking around. I did see it, and I watched the replay. It was beautiful. He's amazing. And with like 3-ish minutes left in extra time, Croatia just scored. So, I mean, Brazil could still answer, but this could be going to penalty kicks, and like, it was just perfect timing for me to walk home and like, or walk in and see it. Got my sandwich. I'm gonna sit here with my sandwich and probably watch penalty kicks. Wow. Soccer's exciting. Soccer can be exciting. Let me take that back. Soccer can be exciting. It's not always exciting, but when it is, it's exciting, in the World Cup especially. Wow. If you are from Brazil, or you're a Brazilian soccer fan, I'm very sorry. I wanted that Argentina-Brazil semi. I wanted that for us, that rivalry. But I mean, Croatia, like, that, if you're from Croatia, they probably, I don't know, they haven't shown any stats about like if they've ever made it this far.
Extraordinary night. Brazil, the favorites to win the World Cup.
Right, yeah, Brazil was the favorite to win it all.
We said it throughout the match, Ian. You have no divine right to advance in this tournament.
So I know I've talked before about how I have like a great relationship with both my parents, and part of my great relationship with my dad is sports, and we text about sports a lot. Most of the time, especially when like this, I'm watching it on foxsports.com, right? I'm behind. I'm very much usually behind, and normally my dad, who's watching it on like actual cable, will text me 30 seconds before, and I'm like, you ruined it, right? I didn't know that yet. And so I just assumed that's how it was gonna be. So when he missed that, when the Brazilian guy missed that last penalty, I texted my dad and just said, wow. And he goes, okay, now you're ahead of me. And he goes, it's not over yet over here. So it was just really funny. But now we're talking about like, you know, the England-France match tomorrow is huge because Brazil was favored to win. But he was like, now I feel a little bit better because I was afraid like England seeing Brazil in the finals would be really scary. And now Brazil is out, which is just, I mean, the fact that Germany and Spain are both out at this point, the fact that Germany didn't make it out of the group round, I mean, that was like step one of this bananas World Cup. Let me know in the comments if you're watching or if you're, this last like World Cup commentary has been like, Laken, I don't care about sports. All right, I did this on purpose. I got the whole long sandwich so that I could have leftovers. So I only ate half of it. Enjoyed that second half of that game. Now I'm gonna not wrap this up with one hand. I'm gonna wrap it up and stick it in the fridge for later. And so now I need to wash that pan since Sam, that's normally his, that's like his chore, but he's not here anymore. Okay, it is 1 o'clock. That is why I came over here to look at the time and to show you the time. So I have an hour to, I think what I'm gonna do, I wanna make sure I get finished December daily since I picked up those photos before the 2 o'clock match starts, because by the time the 2 o'clock match is over, it's gonna be dark outside. We haven't had any Charlie content yet today. Yeah, look at this cute face. Hi, pretty girl. Mom, why don't you make the bed anymore? I don't know, kitty. Because I've been lazy. Yeah. Hi, pretty girl. You're so. All right, let's open up the advent calendar. I wanted to also explain, I've shown it in the videos, but I haven't commented on it. So what I was trying to do to remind myself of the pieces of the advent calendar that I want to use is I put it in this plastic page protector that normally is what I keep my stickers in. My cat loves to chew on these plastic page protectors. And I had this sitting in my bucket of numbers because I always have to go into the bucket of numbers every day. So I still like this plan, but this obviously is not gonna work. So I'm probably gonna, maybe I'll stick it in the album. Maybe that's where it will go. And then when I use it, I kind of ruined this sticker yesterday. When I use it, I take it out and put it like with the actual supplies because I don't feel the need. I mean, if I wanna use these again later this year, I will, but like I don't feel like I have to because I did already use them. So these are the pieces. Although, I'm gonna be honest with you, I probably won't use this 2022. I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut it up and put it with the 20 and the 2. But I do wanna use these 2 pieces. I just haven't had anything that felt like it went yet. So like I mentioned, I'm gonna go ahead and do 2 December dailies today. I'm only gonna include one in this vlog and I'll include the other one in tomorrow's vlog. But I'm gonna open up 2 advent calendars because tomorrow, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on tomorrow. So here's day 9. We got some letter stickers. I don't really use these all that often. So these like I won't put in here. These I'm just gonna go ahead and put with all my other stickers. And then day 10, it feels like another full sheet of stickers. Oh, these little words. I also don't use these all that often, but they are cute. But I will also put these in my, I use just like this is an old like Christian Designs sticker album, and these are where all my stickers, I mean, you've seen me pull this, so I'll probably put the white ones by the white ones. I have a lot of these, y'all. So I do feel like the advent calendar is a really good deal. Like I feel like it's a good deal. Although, see, it's very similar year after year. And for the stuff that I use, I love it, and I think it's a good deal. But then for those that I don't use, like I think these were also from the advent calendar last year, and I think these were from the advent calendar last year too. It's a really good deal, but I don't always use everything. But I think that's okay. All right, today's story is about the dinner I had with my friend last night. So I printed off these 2 3x4 photos and had already kind of figured out that I was going to do a page protector that had 4 3x4 pockets. So right now I am going through all of my journaling cards. They have definitely gotten messy in like the last few days. Like I've cleaned up every day and put all of my stuff away and not let it get like too out of hand, except for the journaling cards. And I knew I had some that were about food. And so I wanted to find those. I love this quote that says, count the memories, not the calories. And now I'm trying to decide which 8 I'm going to use. And I'm trying to decide based on where it looks good on the picture and what looks good with all of the pictures in the journaling cards. And I end up going with this wooden 8. So I go through all of my wooden embellishments because I want to kind of match and have, if the number is going to be wooden, I also want to have other things. And I really wanted to include some hearts, but I don't have any like in between sized. I have that one in between size, but it almost looks too perfect. And so I eventually end up swapping it out for 2 smaller hearts that are kind of a little bit more of a funky heart shape. And so instead of having 3 total embellishments, I end up doing 2 sets of 2, kind of very similar to what I did yesterday. So I get started with sticking those things down. I've now become obsessed with these little sticky dots. They are so awesome and so easy to use. Like, I like them better than red line tape. I do end up using regular double-sided tape for these hearts because I know these things are going inside the page protector. I'm also not as concerned about them being stuck down as perfectly if I was having something outside the page protector. So then I get to journaling and I talk about how I took Jason to Hill Country and we had delicious food and an even better conversation, and then attempted to go get a drink afterwards and kind of struggled to find a bar that wasn't super packed. It felt weird for a Thursday night that those bars were all packed in this neighborhood. And I also mess up here and trying to write the word tries. I kind of adjust it a little bit, but it is what it is. If I mess up, I mess up. But another pretty simple day for me, but I really like how this one turned out. All right, pretty much perfect timing. I caught up on a couple Vlogmas, got December Daily done, and now it is time to watch Argentina, Netherlands, which this should be a very good match. I promise well, I can't promise that I won't have as much commentary on this one, but this should be a very good match. And I remember watching these two teams play in the semifinals in 2014. I was in Argentina at the time. And Argentina beat the Netherlands in penalty kicks. World Cup 2014. Wow. Okay. This is not a comment on the match so much as a comment on this is why it's probably better for me to go into the living room and use that TV, because my computer is clearly struggling to do all the things I'm trying to do at the same time. I know I said I wouldn't comment as much, and I haven't been commenting on this game, but the Dutch just scored in literally the last second of this match to tie it up and send it into extra time. Wow. Argentina with the win in another round of penalty kicks. I'm here for it. I love penalty kicks. Also, now texting my dad. They have to get by Croatia. Yeah. Really, I feel like Argentina's got that. It would have been, gosh, an Argentina-Brazil semi would have been so great. Okay, update on me and not soccer. It's almost 5 o'clock now. Let me mute the soccer so you don't have to listen to all the Argentina fans in the background. It is almost 5 o'clock and I have done pretty much everything and then some on my list. I'm feeling really good about it. Not the big massive list of things I have to do, but like the today's list of things I have to do. The only thing I haven't finished is prepping the video, which my editor did get up for me and I started working on it during the match, but I haven't finished it. So I'm gonna sit here and like stay at my desk until that task is done. And then I'm moving out to the living room with the Christmas tree. How early is too early to go to bed? Y'all, I'm just like tired. It's dark. I tried to do a little bit more work on the couch and then I was like, I'm distracted. And so I stopped and had dinner. And now it's like 7 o'clock and I'm like, you know what? I am gonna go ahead and do my evening routine now before I get too tired and bring you along for it. And then I also realized one of the requests for Vlogmas was to do my beauty favorites. And here's the thing. So I wanted to do it all in one day. I wanted to do like the entire day, all the beauty products that I love the whole day. The products that I use as part of my AM and PM routines will get captured in those routines. So I don't think I'm gonna do it as its own separate video because there isn't really anything that I use beauty related that wouldn't get captured in one of those routines. So just for those of you who were looking forward to that, you're still gonna get all that information, but it's gonna be split up into the evening and morning routine videos. And today, that is my evening routine. All right, I'm gonna sit down to chat with you for a second because I wanna start by explaining that I think that the purpose of routines is to help you start the day or end the day in a way that is helpful for you, whatever that looks like and whatever goes with your energy level. So for me, my evening routine is very, very simple and straightforward. I use an app called Routinery. Mapped out in that app, it's max 30 minutes. It never even takes me that long. Some of those steps don't take as long as I have in that app. But like that's the time I will allot myself just in case. If I can, I like to do this routine as soon as I'm done with dinner because the later it gets, the more tired I get and the less likely I am to do it. So if I can do it as soon as I'm done with dinner, that is ideal. It doesn't mean that I don't skip steps. Obviously today I'm gonna do every step because I'm filming it and sharing it with you, but in full disclosure, there are definitely days that I skip steps and I'll tell you kind of maybe as we go along which steps those typically are. All right, step one is tidying up my office, or I have it in the app as putting things away. I actually already did this when I moved into the living room, so I can go ahead and quickly skip that step today. The next step is cleaning my desk with this wood cleaner that I know I've talked about in a favorites video before. I don't do this step necessarily every single day. I only do it the days that I feel like my desk really needs it, or if I know I haven't done it in a while. All right, the next step is laying out my clothes. And I used to not like believe, I was like, I don't need to pick out my clothes the night before. I'm a morning person, it's not that big of a deal. But I do believe in all of the science behind the amount of decisions that you make throughout the day wanes your ability and your like willpower and your reserve to make decisions later in the day. So I know that if I pick out my clothes the night before, especially if I lay out workout clothes the night before, it's gonna save me just a little bit of brain power in the morning. Now, tomorrow, Saturday, I'm not planning to work out, so I'm not gonna lay out workout clothes. Usually I just lay these 2 piles on the desk. And then I also lay like the actual clothes I'm gonna wear. Yes, even if it's like sweatpants and a sweatshirt, I will usually pick it out the night before. Now, tomorrow, it's a little bit more work because I'm like gonna leave straight after the Patreon call to go to somewhere, but like I don't wanna wear jeans during the whole call. So probably what I'll do is put on, all I did was take a pair of sweatpants and stick them on. So probably what I'll do is wear these sweatpants and then like the top I'm actually gonna wear out for the call so I can lay that out. And then I'll switch into my jeans like right before I leave. The other thing about routines, or my routines at least that I've talked about before, is that I group them by, the lighting in my apartment very much changes as we relocate. I group them by room. So we started in the office. Those are all the things that I do in the office as part of my evening routine. Next up, the kitchen. So step 1 in the kitchen is filling up my water bottle. I use this big water jug to measure my water. I do typically drink more than this, but getting through this jug once a day is my minimum goal for water. So I fill this up to the top and stick it in the fridge. And then I also make sure that both of our ice trays are filled to the brim. Gosh, I hope when we move to Chicago, we have a fridge that actually makes ice. The next step in the kitchen is to clean the countertops. And this I will do if Sam has already done the dishes for the night. Dishes are one of the household things that Sam does. So if he's already done the dishes, then I will clean the countertops as part of my evening routine. If he has not done the dishes yet, he will clean the countertops after he does the dishes. Basically, as if he does the dishes while I'm still awake, I will do the counters. If he does the dishes after I go to bed, he does the counters. We have the same agreement also with the making the bed in the morning, is that the last person out of the bed makes the bed, although neither of us have really been following that lately. All right, the last step in the kitchen portion is feeding Charlie, but she's a lot of food in her bowl still. I'm gonna top you off, kitty. But that, like, did you eat today? Truthfully, what probably happened is she saw Sam's suitcase this morning and kind of got a little bit sad and like was like, you know, kind of just being a spaz. And then, but like he left at that, how many hours ago? And I'm still here. Like, I'm not leaving you, kitty. Because usually if we're, like, she doesn't eat as much that first day when we're out of town. Anyways, making sure her bowl is full is step 3. All right, room number 3, you can see I've been skipping laundry as part of my morning routine all week, is in the bathroom. So step 1, I almost knocked over a toothbrush. Step 1 is taking out my contacts if I put on my contacts for the day. Also, yes, my glasses are still MIA. I appreciate those of you who've commented, tried to help me remember where they were. I know the last time I wore them in a video or remember having them was the night I went out for karaoke, but I did wear them home. Like, I didn't take them off. I wore them home. I remember seeing them in the bathroom the next day, and I remember moving them from the bathroom into the office. That's the last time I remember seeing them, and I haven't been able to find them since, so that's the update of my glasses. But I didn't put in contacts today, so check that not happening. The next step is washing my face, and I have on my app to either take a shower or actually wash my face. I prefer to wash my face in the shower, and so actually I have no face wash in the general vicinity of like where I'm standing right now because I don't like to wash my face at the sink. So if I'm not actually taking a shower, which I'm not tonight, I have to walk over here and grab the face wash, which the face wash that I use and love is this one, the CeraVe Hydrating Facial Cleanser. Sam and I both use it. We have a pump one in the shower, and it's just the best. So the other thing I'll tell you, which I won't do on camera, is although if I did it from this angle, it'll probably be fine, is that if I am washing my face at the sink, I will take off whatever shirt I have on right now, wash my face because I get water everywhere, and then put my pajamas on after I'm done. All right, the next step is floss. And when I say floss, I actually mean use my water pick. I freaking love my water pick. I'm not gonna film that for you, partially because I also get water everywhere when I do this. It's kind of a mess. Also because I think I'm still gonna have a cup of hot chocolate for dessert. So I'm not actually gonna do this, but I wanted to go through my evening routine for the most part. So that's the other thing I'll do is that if I know I'm not done like eating and drinking for the day, I'll do all of this except the teeth part and then come back and do it later. The next step is brushing my teeth, which, if you're curious, this is the toothpaste that we use, the Sensodyne with whitening. That's our toothpaste. And then the last step is skincare. So I'm gonna turn you around and show you my side of the skincare cabinet. Yes, the bottom of our shelves in our bathroom cabinet. I don't know if I've ever actually shown you these. Like, you sit on this shelf when I talk to you in here. I don't know if I've ever actually shown you these. It's rusted and gross. That's one of the reasons I'm excited to move. This is my mouthwash, but I only use it in the morning, so that just is there. These are also morning related activities. In the evenings, I will usually use one of these, a chemical exfoliant. This is the Polish Choice, 2%. I actually just buy this from Amazon. And then this is the one that I happen to have, is the Tula Skincare. I typically will I will do like this one, and then this one, and then take a break. And that's like the rotation. It's not perfect. I don't have like a taped schedule on the inside. I just kind of feel like whatever I'm on. And then up here, sometimes I will use, I know it's still really bright. Sometimes I will use this Peach and Lily Glass refining serum. Sometimes I will use the retinol. Again, same thing. I usually only use that like once or twice a week. And I try to remember to use that, but I don't always do it. And then for my like moisturizing piece, I have been using this rose hip seed oil, although it's getting kind of gross. But I do like putting on oil. I just feel like it really hydrates my skin. Although if I'm feeling super, super dry, I use this hydration cream mask and then the lip sleeping mask for my lips. And then if I have any pimples, which I talked about this in my Ulta haul, I use this drying lotion. This is the backup that I bought during the Ulta sale. So that is my evening / my favorite skincare things. All right, last few beauty related items that are evening type items that I just didn't use tonight is how I get my makeup off. And that is, I use these makeup remover pads for eye makeup, especially if I'm wearing like waterproof mascara. And then I talked about this also in the Ulta haul, the Clinique Take the Day Off Cleansing Balm. I can't get it to focus, but this is what I use then to take off the rest of my makeup before I would wash my face. But because I didn't have makeup on today, I just went straight into the wash. And then the other product that we have in the shower that we both use on like maybe a once a week basis. He definitely uses it once a week. It kind of depends on how my skin is doing and like that time of the month and what the weather's like. But this is like a physical exfoliant. It's the Acure Brightening Facial Scrub. So that is also in the shower because it's like charcoal, so it's black and it literally gets everywhere. And so we keep that in the shower, but we both use that sometimes, but most of the time we're just using this face wash. So I think that's it in terms of beauty favorites that get used in the evening. And that's it for my PM routine. So like it's really not that long. I try to do it as early as possible. I am not a night person. So I only do the things that are 100% necessary to set me up for success the next day. And that's it. I would rather squeeze anything and everything into my morning routine and let my evening routine be simple. And I will share my morning routine at some point with you during Vlogmas, likely on like a weekday. So it's gonna be at least a few days, but probably one day next week, early next week, I'll do my morning routine as part of the vlog. But I'm gonna go ahead and close out this vlog here. I'm gonna go make myself a cup of hot chocolate and put on another Christmas movie. And I'm trying to think of one that like Sam doesn't care for. Well, let's be honest with ourselves. Sam doesn't like to rewatch anything. He doesn't like to rewatch the most amazing movies or TV shows. He does not rewatch. He's like, there's so much new content, there's so much good content. I'm sure some of you can relate to that. And I am a chronic rewatcher. So I rewatch all the time, but especially this time of year, I'm gonna rewatch them over and over again. So I definitely can't put on anything new, any of the new holiday movies, which is a bummer because we still haven't watched the new A Christmas Story. I know that's not what it's called, but you know what I mean, the new one that they did. So I'm trying to think what Christmas movies he doesn't really care for. It almost doesn't matter because if we've watched it already, he doesn't actually care anyways, but there's ones that he likes more than others. So I need to be thoughtful about which one I pick to watch tonight with my hot chocolate. But I'm gonna go ahead and close out this vlog here and enjoy the rest of my relaxing night. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, please click that subscribe button. I upload new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and every day here during Vlogmas. See you tomorrow. We do have leftovers. Leftovers, that sounded weird. Whoa, I did not realize it was gonna get that dark that fast. Let me try this again. Routinery okay, this is my mouthwash. This is my mouthwash. I keep this. This is my mouthwash. All right, the last few booty related.